बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। डियर स्टूडेंट्स, यहाँ पे एक क्वेश्चन है, सेकंड ऑर्डर नॉन होमोजीनियस लीनियर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन. We have to find its solution and write this equation in terms of operator capital D. Now from this equation the auxiliary equation is equal to d square plus 1 equal to 0. We will ignore y. Here we will make this function equal to 0. So this is auxiliary equation or characteristic equation. Solving this equation we get d square equal to minus 1, taking square root of both sides, and thus we get d is equal to plus minus iota. These are the two roots of d. Now the complementary function equal to c1 e power m1x plus c2 e power minus m2x. These are values of m1 and m2. Now this is a Euler function, and it is equal to cos x plus iota sin x. It is also Euler function equal to cos x minus iota sin x, taking common. So here cos x is here, also it is here, so cos x is here, c1 plus c2. We will place c1 c2 here, and cos x is common. Similarly we will place iota c1 minus iota c2 here, and here is sin x, here is sin x, so sin x is common. Now this sum of constant is equal to constant a, replace sum of constant difference of constant is equal to constant b. So this is the complementary function. Now from the above non-homogeneous equation we can write particular solution denoted by yp equal to 1 over d square plus 1 cosecant x. Factorizing this denominator, this is the factorization, and this function will be as it is. Now we have to partial fraction, we have to find partial fraction of this proper fraction. So finding proper fraction by partial fraction, a divided by first linear factor plus b divided by second linear factor. Multiplying this equation by this denominator we get 1 equal to a into this a into this factor plus b into this factor. This is the simplification. Now equating this denominator equal to 0 and finding d equal to minus iota. Putting these two values here we get 1 equal to minus 2 iota a, that is a is equal to minus 1 over 2 iota. Now equating this denominator equal to 0 and finding d is equal to iota. Now putting these two values here and find value of b. So by putting these values, 1 is equal to 2b iota, that is b is equal to 1 over 2 iota. Here we have obtained values of a and b. Putting these values in the above partial fraction we get 1 over this equal to minus 1 over 2 iota d plus iota. This is value of a, this is value of b. Now simplifying, taking common here, this is common. Now this is the question. So yp will be equal to this is a partial fraction of this proper fraction is this one. So replace this expression by this one. So this is the value after putting. Now we have to calculate the value of 1 over d minus iota into cosecant x. Similarly we have to calculate 1 over d plus iota into cosecant x. So let's see in the next page. Taking this thing, this is the function, this is the first term. Now this cosecant is equal to 1 over sine, and we can replace, we can introduce exponential function here and also here. Now here we have product of two functions, this is first function, this is second function. Applying exponential shift theorem, so shifting this function here, replace this d by d plus iota, and put this function as it is. Now iota minus iota will cancel each other. This is the simplification. This is Euler function equal to this one over d represent integration. So dividing cos divided by sine. Similarly sine work, sine is equal to 1. Now this function is as it is. Integral of this quotient is equal to log denominator. Integral of minus iota is equal to minus iota x. Now this is the value of this thing is equal to this one. Now replace iota by minus iota, so we get 1 over d plus iota cosecant x is equal to e power minus iota x. Replace iota by minus iota, similarly replace iota by minus iota, so minus into minus will be equal to plus. Here we have obtained value of this and value of this. Value of these two are here, so putting in the above equation, putting here, we will get yp is equal to this one. This is the value of the first term, this is the value of the second term. Now simplifying this factor and this factor, these factors are common, so this is common. This exponential and this exponential will be here and divided by this denominator. Similarly this one and this one, these are common. Here it has minus sign. Similarly on account of this minus sign, we can take minus iota x divided by this iota, and this exponential and this exponential with positive sign will be placed here, divided by this 2. Now this one represent sin x, this function will be here. This represent cos x, this function will be here after simplification. So this is yp. The general solution is equal to y is equal to yc plus yp. Putting the value of yc as these two terms, value of yp is these two terms. So this is the required complete solution of